Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Demon Souls. Today we are going to avoid wearing garments made of a mix of linen and wool because we have to walk the Lord's path. Past the huge gate. Past the huge gates of Boletaria Palace lies what is now a feeding ground for dragons, the cliff pathway, which leads to the inner ward where knights make their abode. Hey Dave, you want to come smoke weed and have premarital sex? No, I can't, Jason Momoa. I have to walk the Lord's path. Stop tempting me. Oh, God. So it's been a good long while since we've been back in Boletarian Palace. So we have the hoplites from towards the end of 1-1, and from the Phalanx fight, just residual hoplites left over, like tumors upon the ground. And because they can throw their spears, we just have to watch our periphery a little bit while we go and collect some meager treasures. Nothing too big, too bold around here. Treasure? No. Kind of. Slightly. There is one treasure waiting for us somewhere around here. The treasure of friendship. I'm in one of those moods today, I see. We are well past the point where Half Moon Grass is all that impactful, but I'll take it. Where I want to be going is down this alleyway here on the left, towards the barred portcullis.
Hello, look at me. Again, fenced in by enemies. Could you assist me one last time? Clear out the soldiers blocking this passage, if it please you. The Lord's Path, just over there, is now a feeding ground for dragons. Have your wits about you.
Okay, nothing more from him. So Ostrava has once again been captured because he is a bit of a dipshit. Are you sensing a running theme? And this must be the Lord's Path he spoke of. You can see all these charred carcasses and scorch marks, but no dragon yet. Yeah. There he is. There's the friend. So, much like the first level, the dragon will make a strafing run, turn everything to cinders, and gives you just enough time to get to a safe space. Do I want to go underground first? I think I do, but I just don't want this guy following me down there and stabbing me in the back in the dark. So one really fun thing about doing these, the Souls LPs in particular, is routing them out and considering, like, what do I want to do to show X or Y? Like, do I need to wait to do this until I do something else for story purposes? That's why I did 4-2 before looping back for 5-3. So we could get Urbane's spiel about Ostrava and have some more backstory for her. It's also about what kind of build do I want to do. Like, what little things will help with a different part of the game. What's a little challenge that I can give myself? What am I in the mood for? Demon Souls is particularly really wonderfully open-ended like that. To be honest, you get a lot of freedom like that in Souls games in general, but I really feel like that. I really feel that in Demon Souls.
Thank you. That's twice now. Time to forge ahead. This is a token of my gratitude. Please accept it. This is bad. Not a single person left. Why on earth? How? This is bad. How did this happen, noble father? This is bad. How?
So we had another piece of the blue-eyed... Oh, wait, we didn't get the first piece yet. Right. The cuirass of the Boletaria knights, emblazoned with the image of the sun, is proof of their commission from the king. Using Stonefang's hardened iron, it's heavier and stronger than a regular cuirass. That is brand new. There is a piece of the Blue-Eyed Knight set scattered in every level of World 1. It's just that in 1-1, we didn't have the required world tendency. I think you need... Yeah, you need pure white to open that up. Pure white or pure black, they both work. We'll be doubling back for that pretty soon, though. Oh, hello, friend. The downside of coming back, I guess you could look at it as an upside, depending on your perspective, but the downside for coming here this late in the game, for me, is that I am way too strong for 1-2 at this point. We have finished multiple worlds at this point. Dogs are still spooky in their own way. Oh, and to that point about routing, the other reason I love doing the routing for these playthroughs is I love giving myself these challenges, like Early Dancer in Dark Souls 3, for the cool twin blades, right? Oh man, or Early Rotten in Dark Souls 2 for the Guts cosplay sword.
Oh, we meet again. Fancy that. Hope you find something that suits you.
Or Early 5-2 here for the Moonlight sword. Anything new from you? Nah, not really. Pine resin's pretty handy.
It is the end of Great Boletaria as we know it. But hell, at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle. The big lizard thingy. The king led it back to us, along with those wretched demons. That monster leaves a trail of charred carcasses, which is great for business, of course. But unless you're a scavenger like me, you'd better stay clear. It is the end of great... But hell, hard times, eh? I'm sure you'll turn things around.
So even the onset of the dragon onslaught is the king's fault here. I was just thinking about a Bloodborne playthrough the other day where I rushed straight to the amygdala arm on a fresh new game. So my opening boss order was Gascoigne, Cleric Beast, Amelia, Ludwig. And I have never met a Draconid in a Soulsborne game that I wasn't willing to spend 10 minutes shooting to death with a bow and arrow. And this had to be taken care of eventually because the dragons, blue and red alike, each have unique souls. And trophies associated with them, so let me just line this up. Oh, also thank you to the multiple people who reminded me that the crossbow equivalent to an archer is an arbalist. By the way, this is post-recording, Dave. I have a couple of Patreon shoutouts while I'm shooting this dragon full of arrows. I spent 13 minutes doing this. You're only going to see about a minute of it as I read off names. Names such as the illustrious Cinderland Ackerplom, Victor T, Evan, Kyle, Absinthe Miasma, Albratenful, Brenton Buchanan, Chris Makesnercroft, Ditlutz, Maddie Hansen, Not a Tick with Wi-Fi, still haven't seen proof, Sabella Fionlot, Tequit, Wolfman 500, David Enever, Sam, and Sad Salad Dressing. Thank you all so much for your patronage for the month of... Actually, this technically was supposed to be August's shout out. I have just been inconsistent a little bit as of late. And now, a segue. So what you want to do is line up your shot with the third brazier in the background. Or that's what works for me anyway. And then this part that curves out, you wait until the dragon gets a second or so into a strafing run. Then you release, and it should catch him in the face as he passes over. Oh, that was the last hit. I thought he was coming in for another pass. Oh, that must be where he died. Alright. 10 minutes well spent. Maybe the trophy is only for the other Drake. Either way, I was going to do this no matter what, so... Not much to complain about there. Except the adaptive triggers. When you spend 10 minutes in a row resisting them, they get to be kind of uncomfortable. You can turn them off, however. Now, for something that I've actually forgotten to show. So here's what the miracle casting animation looks like with the Ring of Sincere Prayer. It's the one that we got from Ostrava. Recognize the gesture? The Ring of Sincere Prayer makes our miracles stronger but increases their casting time, which also alters the animation. The longer animation became the Praise the Sun emote in Dark Souls. Miyazaki wanted to feature that in some more prominent way here in Demon Souls, but one of his bosses at FromSoft, before he became the president of the company, told him that it didn't look cool enough and told him to remove it. So instead, Miyazaki just left it in and used it for something obscure. I think the idea was that it was going to be a holy symbol, or it was... yeah, it was going to be something like a... Oh, holy shit. It's a big mosquito. I think the idea was that it was going to be a holy symbol. Or rather, it was going to be. And I imagine he wanted people to do it like in accompaniment with how they do the Umbasa blessing. And maybe that's why he kept the association to divinity by making it a miracle casting animation. Just some speculation on that last part. On my part, for that last bit. And since we don't have the dragon to harass us anymore, we can actually get a nice look out into wider Boletaria. And we have leisure time to go and collect everything along our way on the Lord's Path of the... I guess this is more of a rampart than it is a bridge. This is just the top of an enormous fortress wall. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes will come in handy later once we need to do some more world tendency manipulation. Some shenanigans. And then the only thing left standing in our way, aside from the arbalists upstairs, will be 2 more blue-eyed knights. And we already do not fear them very much, just from our experiences in 1-1. Especially when we have already fought and beaten the harder version of them in the red-eyed knights. They are, once again, chumps. Chumps with swords that can stab you, and stabbing does hurt, but chumps nonetheless. These wounds, they'll regenerate, it's fine. So at the very end of the level, we have a locked door, which we will not be getting the key for a very, very long time. That's going to be towards the end of the game that we're able to open that up. Now we'll just take a stroll up here, finish off the arbalists who were attacking us while trying to deal with the blue knights. And we can move on with the boss of 1-2. I almost said 2-1. This place is lousy with souls. Oh my god, I love the falling leaves. And the petals. Ah! So normally this fight is supposed to revolve around the arbalists you saw the Fat Official call out in the cutscene. There are, I think, 8 of them in total? 4 on each side? It's either 3 on each side or 4 on each side. Either way, normally what you would do is you would go around the perimeter upstairs and you would clear them out one by one. And Tower Knight actually can hit you from up there. He'll try to cast a soul arrow. But normally you're pretty well insulated from that. You're given a lot of cover. There's a trophy to do this without killing any of the arbalists. So that's what we're gonna do. Holy shit! Okay, so yeah, probably should have come back for 2-1 earlier. Yeah, so the gimmick there was we hit the heels of his greaves enough times and he topples over so you can actually do a little bit of damage to the weak point, which is his helmet, or his head. It's just that we've gotten a bit strong. Alright, so next time we're going to move on to 2-1, which will not be a pushover. It also happens to contain the hardest boss in the game, in my opinion. And that's not an uncommon opinion either. So we have a lot to look forward to. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all.